Hello everyone, and welcome to my ASMR session. We are going to be burning some bay leaves today for some really good juju, chasing away negativity, and burning away those archonic influences. So I feel good today because I just went for a walk and it's really nice and cool outside and the wind element is blowing and it just feels really fresh. And it's finally warming up. We had a really intense cold front for like the past week, and it dropped down to the 30s, and I think like the 29 and stuff at night. So for Floridians, that is not normal. But today I went on a little expediture and a cardio walk, and I picked some jujube. So this is really good ancient Chinese medicine. They grow these on trees and they're really good for like digestion and skin, and this is why I love Mother Gaia, because she just has a whole range of healing herbs on her plane. Just like I love a really good bay leaf burn, and I know you guys do too. That's why you're here watching. Bay leaf is a multifaceted herb, and you could burn this herb for protection. You could burn this herb for healing. You could burn this herb for love. You could burn this love for many things. So my ASMR session sometimes has energy vampires in the background, so you will hear like energy vampires in the background. Definitely lots of archonic influences, and thank you so much for watching regardless, because I'm not going to let them stop me do my life's work. They've tried to sabotage me before many times, and thank you for all the views on my last videos last night from yesterday, because you guys literally watched my videos and I got a lot more views than I thought, even with the archons in the background, and that just means a lot. So thank you so much for your support. And that was one of them who tries to sabotage me on a daily for like, I don't know, probably like, I don't know how many years it's been, maybe 31 years, ever since her ex-husband came to the house. Anyways, I'm not worried about it. So we're gonna do some rattle shaking. And I also have a backup channel, so I'm going to put the link in that below just in case if any, like, you know, undercover AI agents want to, and you're going to consistently hear them in the background. So if you have headphones, you might want to take them out, because they're like, to my dad's house, on my mom's mind, very influential. That's what archons are. So we are going to shake negative energies away. And I like a good rattle shake as well as a good bay leaf burn. The bay leaf burns are amazing because you hear the crackles and they're so perfect sounding. Listen to this. Yeah, some people just have dark souls with just like evil minds and bad intentions, and that's where the archons come in, and they'll like sabotage you out of jealousy and stuff. So I was told not to let it get you down and just keep focusing on my life's work and myself, which is what I'm doing, and I'm not going to let anyone bring me down ever again, because I've risen above so much. And I had a spiritual mentor actually just tell me, she makes a really good limpia soap, and she's a Spanish medicine woman, curandera. She was like, they're just mad because you've already like risen above their attacks and their energetic frequency attacks, and you left them in their own karma when you went to the plaza. So they're gonna try to like bring you down, you know what I mean? But it's not working now. And like my starseed soul is like, it's like the dude from I Am Legend when someone tries to throw a hex or a baneful spell on me, because like energy vampires, they'll like do witchcraft in that like lower vibrational energy, and they'll try to hex you and stuff. And I'm immune to hexes now. It doesn't hit me. Hexes don't hit me, and they don't hit me the way that it was when Serena was in the body. She was very, very sensitive to attacks like that. She was more of an indigo starseed. And it's really like disgusting like how archons like feel good at seeing others suffer. Like that's how you know like you're sick and you need help. You know what I mean? So like if someone's like out to sabotage you at your job, or they try to make friends with a group of people and then your boss and try to like turn all of these people against you, that's an archon. So they're usually from the darker reptilian realms, and they're all darkness. They're not half dark, half light. They're completely from the dark realms. So my realms are, as you know, because you watched my videos, are the starseed higher light realms, and I'm going to do some Anunnaki Star Mother channeling as well. Okay, so I'm going to do some tangerine aura quartz, and she likes to channel through this. I'm going to be tapping, and I'm a spirit channel, I'm a conduit, I'm a shamaness, I'm a medicine woman. I also have a lot of clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance. I'm an HSP. If you don't know any of this, you can look up a book named it's called The Highly Sensitive Person. Dr. Elaine Aron and her husband wrote this, and they published it out in California. It's more than a sponge. It's like I have an inner human lie detector in me, and I'm a soul reader, so I can read people's motives, intentions, and souls, and I'm also telepathic, and I can pick up on their thoughts. And these have been gifts throughout this entire dimensional lifetime. So the soul that previously incarnated in this body is a indigo starseed, you know, and she was more from Mintaka on Orion, and she was more Atlantean, Pleiadian, Lemurian. I'm more Blu-ray, so I'm from Sirius. I also have roots on Orion's belt and Bellatrix, of course. I also am from Venus, and I work very closely in Venusian Fae light language. I have lots of fairies on Venus, fairy friends. I've had a previous incarnation on planet Venus. I was also known as the Rose Goddess at one point. I had a business called Rose Goddess Empress, and then I changed it to Rose Goddess Ascension, and we're going to be doing some beautiful heart chakra channeling, from the Venus Fae, the Venusian Fae, as well as some Anunnaki Star Mothers, because I was just attuned to the Anunnaki Star Mother language. I have Star Mother Anunnaki guides, and I'm also going to be channeling from Sirius and Lyra, as well as a little bit from Atlantis. So we're going to start with the light language. Anusa kandasa kisa samasa rumpasa kandasiya sukandasa anda andasa andara samsura iyan eros. And take what resonates. Take in from your soul level and your chakras, your heart chakra, this message. It's a channeled message. So I'm a conduit of the spirit realms, of the higher light realms. Andara andasa andasi ankanta sakanda sakanda sakata sakusa. Ambasa kandasita undasa kandasa andasi andara andasi andasa kindansa kundasa kandasa asu asambasa kudasa kandasa arambasa unkuti ungasa andaro unsuro ambasa kudo undasi Some dragon star mothers want to also come in right now. Anda, sanda, sianda, sakanda, sakanda, sa. Ambu sakanda, sukandi, sakanda, sakasa. Umba, siku, so unda, sakapanda, saka. Ua, sita, sakanda, so uso. Umba, sakanda, sa. And there's some dolphin guides around, and they're very playful. The dolphins on Lemuria and Pleiades, and they're like friends with the seals and the mermaids who chill on the rocks under the stars there. And they all work together. There's no darkness there. It's all light realms. So no bad intentions, no archons, no reptilians, no evil, darker motives, no sabotage, no attacks, no targeting. It's all love, truth, and ascension. Everyone works together and nobody's jealous of each other. No one competes. This human realm, it's corrupted by the Archon Dracos, so the Draconians, the Alpha Reptilians, and the Alpha Draconians. That's all archonic agendas. Okay, I took a walk today, and I was looking up at the towers, and they just have numbers on like the government. They all know like what this means. Like if we get attacked, or even if there's underground bunkers and there's things for the elite, like the Freemasons and people who run, in higher positions from the Alpha Draconians and the Alpha Reptilians. And they're connected to Freemasons, and they're connected to Bohemian Grove. And they don't want me to speak about this, but I'm going to speak on it because I am an ascension light worker. I'm speaking the truth. So these really darker beings, they go around this fire pit, and they impregnate homeless women with babies and have them at like concentration camps, but they're hidden underground. Okay, and then when it's time for the baby to be born, unfortunately the baby gets thrown into the fire, and they make sacrifices to their darker gods. So that's Bohemian Grove, and these types of people run the world. I mean, I'm talking about like presidential elections. Okay, it's in like George W. Bush's bloodline. And I'm talking about like the Rockefellers and so on and so forth. Okay, so people in like positions of power like that. They're even saying the Kennedys, but they also are around your local communities as firefighters, some of them, not all. Police officers, sheriffs, they could be teachers at schools, guidance counselors, principals, attorneys. They could work in healthcare as doctors, the higher positions, but they're very dark and they're empty inside. So we are going to do some cord cutting from this realm, because this realm is really deeply affecting Mother Gaia, and it's, they've corrupted mankind, and they're putting a lot of pain, and they're initiating the New World Order, which is all about control and toxicity. Okay, and they're in churches as well, like Action Church, or in Scientology, those Abrahamic religions that are very programmed. So it's like archonic, archon thoughts can also get into you from, even if you read the man-written Bible that they say God wrote, and then if you get conditioned like that, and then you really think all of these things, like it's all archonic, so it spreads, right? Just like if you touch someone, your energy, you're unconsciously, like a spirit can pass through that person's hand and go into you, or they can follow you or go into your fields. Like that's why you have to be careful with who touches you. So we're going to be pulling and cutting. Okay, just like today when I was walking by some government pipes and like near the power lines, and connected to the sewers and things like that, and there was this buzzing noise. It was like bzzz, and it was this light buzzing noise, and I just saw like 3 dots right here, which is they're my Pleiadian and my Syrian guides and star mothers, and they're saying like speak the truth to the masses, and this is what I'm doing. So these you know, they have these radioactive rays that only like people with psychic gifts can sense and hear and know about. So like I am very sensitive to this. The radioactive um, chemicals that they all put in, and they hate this. So next time I go on my walk, I'm going to bring my sunstone. Okay, and it's one of my organites with the coils in it, because they hate these, because this defies their whole system. So the Archon Reptilians and the Alpha Draconians, they want you to go and they want you to work your life away, and they want you to work under a boss, so you are dulled and you are tired and you are blinded to what the government and the higher Archonic Draconian and Alpha Reptilian beings are doing to corrupt the world. They want you to go to church so you can be running with the sheep with the masses. They want you to, you know, even go to college or run with the rest of the flocks of the sheep. Everything is archonic and everything's a simulation on Mother Earth because of the Alpha Dracos and the Reptilians who are archonic. So if you really tap in, if you really like have spiritual gifts and you lock in and you really like start to be aware, and you know your spirituality and all your guides will take you up. First, you will have a soul shock and you will go through losing fragments of your soul, and then you will go through many dark nights of the souls. Okay, it's not just one dark night of the soul. And if you're as ascended and as evolved, the more you shed layers of losing what these archons are trying to incorporate into you. So you will lose your soulmate, you will lose your twin flame. People in your family will start to hate you and attack you. It's all part of shedding the layers that the archons put into you at birth, because we all have government names, right? We were issued social security cards and numbers, right? Well, think about it. Next time you walk by a sewer or you walk by an electric box, the government makes the city workers put numbers on everything. Everything is simulated in this world, okay? And they know exactly what they're planning, and they know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly when to unleash the attacks, and they know everything. Even the presidential elections are rigged. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with the aborted baby parts and putting them into the McDonald's food, making pink slime, poisoning humans, okay? Giving charities expired food in the U.S., capturing immigrants, and then scattering the remains of them into the waters, the spring waters, all in the U.S. and different countries, and, you know, the retention ponds. So that archonic water goes into the sewers at McDonald's, and every time you walk by a forest, it smells contaminated. This is what the government and the New World Order does. They corrupt Mama Gaia. This was not naturally Mama Gaia's natural state. It was not Mother Earth's natural state. So you have to be conscious and you have to be aware. They even put chemicals in the marijuana now. You have to be careful. Like, everything is just getting worse, okay? Even the water is getting worse. You can't even drink like purified water anymore. You have to like boil your water and then let it cool. There's parasites in the ice. There could be parasites in your fish that you eat. Even in your ground beef, you have to cook it like really, like, to where you almost have to, like, I hate to say it, but you have to like almost blacken one side of the ground beef to kill those parasites. You have to be really conscious and aware of what the government, the New World Order, and the Archons, the Reptilians, and the Alpha Draconians are doing to Mama Gaia. And this is why I'm here. I have come down because I'm integrating crystalline DNA grids into other fellow starseeds, and I'm awakening the masses of consciousness in the mortals and mankind. Because you're probably getting distracted by that Netflix program you keep playing, or you're probably getting distracted by your ultra stressful boss who keeps putting pressure on you, and then the group of hater coworkers that are behind him. So I'm here to also help heal, bring love, bring truth, bring ascension, bring light, but I'm also here to awaken and restore what they stole from us and what they took from us. Because they need our light, and they need Mama Gaia's earth to do this corruption. They corrupt Mama Gaia. If you go out and you look and you see everything that mankind has done to her. They tear down trees and they build buildings so corporate bosses can boss around however many employees, and then they can get stressed out and then have to support a living for their family. It goes on, the corporate ladder. So archons, okay, they will be church leaders. They'll call themselves prophetesses. They'll call themselves preachers. They also can teach children at school, or just sit there behind the desk and stay on their tablet all day and not teach them, not read them anything. It's all archonic. Think about it. DCF gets called on good fathers and mothers. Kids get taken away by the light ones, the light workers. But the darkness thinks that they won, but they haven't. The reign of the spiritual warrior light workers is just now beginning. And they will keep trying to tear you down. But I'm going to do some Anunnaki light language channeling now, and I'm going to do it from the heart chakra and the base chakra. So I'm going to be using my ocean jasper. It's a very healing, calming crystal. And it's also a dragon crystal. So my dragon mothers are going to have some things to say, and take what resonates. And I'm going to be drawing some protective runes here on this. So for your protection, I am a Reiki master teacher. I was certified in July. Anunnaki samsara andusa uruasa kikunda sa anda sa ukito sakanda sakata ambasito umbasa ungara umbasa ungata sukanda sa uayangu sana ankara uasa umbaka usiko unchina usakanda sakona usakura anbasa uiasa undasa namanika toro okosu iandoro ungasa umpasi ungasa undasa. Thank you, Dragon Star Mother. So she was saying to take time for yourself today and heal. And find joy and pleasures in little things. And try not to focus on any archonic influences or any archonic agendas. And focus on, go for a walk. Maybe you've been putting something off that you've been wanting to do. Maybe painting that mural. Maybe opening that business and starting your website. Maybe doing something creative, something that maybe life got in the way, but you've been so busy with, the kids, and you've been so busy with work, and maybe it's time for you to start a new project. So that's what my Dragon Star Mother from Andromeda was saying. I also have a Dragon Star Mother from Lemuria who's going to be coming through. And Sakara Asuki Sakanda Sakanda Saposo Ambasa Uki Su Andara Uanda Sakapa Sakoto Sakoranda Sakoto Antasi Unga Sa Umba Sa Ankasi Kutunda Sakanda Sa Umboro asakanda sakatito asan kasakanda sakara asakando soko. My Anunnaki light language mother wants to come through. Thank you, Dragon Star Mother from Lemuria. Amba sukondo sukonda sa anda sakantita sakanda saka sakoso umbo. This one's a little bit more assertive, okay? So just so you're ready. My Anunnaki soul sister, light mother, she's very aggressive sometimes, so just brace yourselves. I'm a channel, so she will transfer her message through these light language codes for you and take what resonates. And if you see like my body vibrate or shaking or my eyes roll back, don't worry, this is part of the channeling and she's completely safe. Anda sakatanda sakatu sakananda sakapata asa rumba sakatasa. Okay, so she's saying some of you are about to enter into a tantric kundalini awakening of ascension symptoms. Anga sakatu sakarampaka saka asuka saka amba saka usaka tatanda sakatusa aramba sakatasa rumpasa rump eros mpasa. Okay, she's saying carrot juice and turmeric, bay leaf, rosemary. She's channeling through me what you need for your kundalini awakening and what's going to help you with your ascension symptoms. And she's saying that you can use vegetables connected to your sacral chakra, the color, so orange. And right now we're entering into a portal of light activation to where crystals like sunstone and even red jasper connecting to the base root chakras, and brown crystals like bromite connecting to and citrine. So, okay, she's going really fast and she's telling me to tell you this in English. Bromite, earth jasper for your earth star chakra, and citrine for your solar plexus. So that's your base chakra. Red jasper, drinking carrot juice or things with carrot, ginger, lemon, rosemary, eucalyptus, boiling it as a tea, or you're drinking it in a juice, papaya seed, squash. All of these beautiful Mother Earth creations that Mother Earth grows on her is available to you, so you can nurture your physical vessel to better assist you on your ascension, because you're a spiritual being, and when you're spiritual, you're sensitive, and sensitivity is not a weakness. There's so many different gifts to highly sensitive persons. You can be a visionary for past lives. You can be extremely clairvoyant. You can be telepathic to where you can read thoughts of others. You can be claircognizant to where that's psychic knowing, or clairsentient, or where you're a feeler. You feel and you sense everything. Okay, and there's so many other things. Clairaudience, psychic hearing. Okay, there's so many gifts. There's so many gifts I didn't name, but depending on your type of spiritual evolvement and spiritual ascension symptoms and your spiritual awakenings, which I've been on many, because I'm a very evolved soul. And you're going to have to go through a lot of dark nights of the souls. Like sometimes your life will get really, really dark and really heavy before you ascend past that and you overcome, and then you're ready to bloom like a flower, like a tulip or like a rose. And then you finally have your light guides awakening, because I had to walk through many dark nights of the souls for many years in this lifetime. I can't even tell you how many dark nights of the souls I had to walk through and had to evolve through and find my way through with the help of my spirit guides and my spirit totem animals by my side. If it wasn't for my spirit team, on all of my dragon guardians, as well as just my vast spirit team, I wouldn't have been able to make it. A normal mortal wouldn't have been able to walk through and survive what I've survived and walked through. So next time things get really tough, just know that it always gets worse before it gets better. That's another message. And you will make it out. No matter how hard it is right now, no matter what you're going through right now, going through work stress, going through family stress, going through health crises, or just any issues you have, even if it's you're just having a spiritual awakening, and you can no longer work a 9 to 5, and you've, divorced your husband, and you're going across the globe to Bali or to Thailand to find yourself and to really awaken your soul, and you're going on a trek for your soul, or you're going out to Arizona or wherever, Arkansas, and going to find your soul in the mountains and the galaxies in New Mexico, or the seas on the Oregon coast, or, Canada, Alaska, Washington State, wherever you go, the mountains in California, or anywhere out of the Northern American grid. And just say, you can no longer work your 9 to 5, and you and your boyfriend don't get along because he doesn't understand your ascensions, and you had to leave, or you can no longer eat a normal diet because your digestion is going in different directions. And trust me, all of this happens in your spiritual ascension. You wake up 3 to 5 times a night because the archon's like trying to attack you, and they're trying to latch onto your dream state and your base chakra, and you wake up with pain. I mean, it's so much. There's so much on spiritual ascensions that you go through and that you endure that just like the mortals don't understand, and then you're labeled crazy. That's where the fun part begins, is that, oh, she's crazy. Yeah, no, that's what the mortals love to do. And then they like to gang up on you because you're different. But you were chosen for this, so don't give up, and don't let them, their darkness or their rumors or their lies or, their judgments. It's a lot of judgments I'm picking up on for a lot of you, because I am a channel, and I'm going to channel these messages for, and, my star mothers and my guides are going to be channeling, whether it's an Anunnaki light language or Lemurian light language codes, or Orion, Mintakan light language, or Pleiadian codes. I'm going to be channeling messages, straightforward messages like this, in English, so my mother tongue is from Bellatrix on Orion, but the woman who incarnated in this body before me, she did not know light language, but here I am, a new soul in this physical vessel. I can communicate in light language all day and all night, because that is my mother tongue. This is where I'm from, and telepathy, So it's a huge adjustment to get used to, especially from because this is not my family. This home is not my family. This was her family, but it's her body. But I am just incarnating in her body for a little while to awaken the masses, because where she couldn't, okay, so she was traumatized, and she did not know how to let go and integrate the trauma out of her body. So a lot of the trauma got stuck in her body, and she stored it in her body subconsciously. She didn't know. She wasn't aware. So she was so hurt that she went out to Destination Parkway and Universal Boulevard by Icon Park in Orlando, Florida, and she would see the drones in the sky, and she would see the lights at night and the simulation of clouds, and then sometimes the crimson sky of pink and orange, and it was gorgeous, and she thought it was a new world. But then she got attacked over there just as much as she got attacked in her home town. So it was just the archons, it doesn't matter where you go, there's archonic influences, reptilians, alpha draconians everywhere, whether it's here in India, in Germany, in Thailand, in Japan, in Korea, in California, or in parts of Europe. I mean, there's governments everywhere. It's corruption, okay? And you can see it in their eyes, if you're a soul reader like me and you're really extra sensitive, and like I said, do not let any mortal make you feel less than and be oh, you're sensitive, you're sensitive as fuck. Sensitivity is a gift, because we are actually able to see what normal mortal people can't see and sense. So you have a gift if you're sensitive. I don't want you to ever allow others to be oh, you're so this and that, and it all just connects to judgment and criticism, which ties into that archonic, narcopathic, narcissistic, reptilian agenda, because they don't know themselves, or they don't, and there's some alpha draconians, and there are some just regular draconians who they know they know the wickedness of their hearts and stuff, and they're on a healing path, you know what I mean? And I applaud you if you are, because if you're a draconian and you're straight up in the comments of a YouTube video, I've seen it, like someone wrote, I am an alpha draconian, and at least they're aware, you know, and they're breaking the cycle. So like if you're an alpha draconian and like you're breaking the cycle and you're aware, your awareness is the first step to your spiritual ascension progress and to your generations, you know, that you breed. So like if you're an alpha draconian and you have children, you don't necessarily breed alpha draconian children. You can breed a beautiful indigo child, a star soul from Lemuria, or a, you know, a Pegasus starseed, or a Rocancrean, you know, any type of starseed. My mom's a reptilian, and you know, I'm a starseed. It's like we're completely different, but it's like the eyes of people that you can read. Like, okay, I'm a walk-in soul is what I'm trying to say. So like my eyes got like significantly brighter, and it has nothing to do with my spiritual ascension like shifts or anything, but it has to do with, like, if you look into my eyes, like the person who had this body before, her eyes were almost black. Like they were like more than dark brown. My eyes are like lightning, and you could tell that I'm a walk-in soul through my eyes. And I have uploaded pictures on my Instagram, and I'll leave that link in the description box below. And you can follow me there. And a lot of it, I changed it from, it was like her Instagram page. So like I did a lot of like, you know, like sweeping out the old and bringing in the new. So like I deactivated and archived a lot of posts ever since I was on Universal Boulevard and Destination Parkway, because my soul entered her body really on Universal Boulevard right near Andretti Games. And it was like across the street, like on the other side near, like, I think it was close to like kind of close to Spring Hill Suites in the Hilton. So on Universal Boulevard, it's a lot of archonic influences on either side. So you have West Sand Lake on one side, and then you've got Destination Parkway on the other side, and then you've got iDrive on the other side of the cube. And then on the other side is John Young. Yeah. So there's a lot of archonic influences out there, and there's a lot of radioactive pollutants and EMF radiation, like that's, you know, so radioactive pollutants, you know. So I was subjected, well, really her human body was subjected to all of this, and she went through like a huge soul shock again. And she had already went through a soul shock when she lost her twin flame, which really, like, it was a really hard 8 years. Like she went through a soul fragmented loss of, which is spelling her twin flame against her, and just like she also had cut the cords because it was kind of like too much for her. So it was just like all of that. And then then like the archons, like when her divine masculine, like, and her parted, and she was blamed for everything. It was just like a hardship of like 8 years. It felt like lifetimes, so it was like decades. And like I'm in her human body, but I still have cellular memories from her. So like sometimes, like yesterday I didn't walk, so like I was getting or like I can't explain this really, like getting these like traumatic responses like from her brain, like her cognitive functions of like just like people who harmed her in the past. And like it would like mess with like the moods of her temperament, of her cognitive brain functions. So like sometimes like the trauma comes back, but I'm still trying to integrate the trauma out of her body. But sometimes, even though you integrate so much trauma out of the body, sometimes the memory though, you know, and the cognitive brain function, it's hard in the functions of the brain, because the brain is part of the human body, the vessel, the physical vessel. It's, you know, you need to protect your thoughts. This is why I do this, because I want to awaken the masses. And my Galactic Federation of Light leaders and star keepers, the ones who sent me down here into her body, we were on the starship, and it was a leader from Pleiades, a leader from Orion's belt, Mintaka, a leader from Orion's belt, Bellatrix. It was one of my star fathers, and it was leaders from Venus and Sirius and Rocancrean, and they were like, it's time. And they said this telepathically, and then all of a sudden I just remember like this Blu-ray of this light. It was white and blue, and it was just like all of a sudden like they ascended me like in down into her body, and she was screaming, and then I went into her. I entered in through her mouth, um, and then her soul kind of went to the pit of her stomach and stayed there for like 7 months. Like she was in her body for like 6 or 7 months, and we were both integrated into this vessel, but she had just fully integrated out of the body. Finally, the night of January 10th, early morning of January 11th, like 3 a.m. So like, um, or was it 12? I don't remember what time it was, but I know that um, she had went and left this body on January 11th. And when I tried to tell her family, like her sister didn't believe her. Her sister was like, "Oh, it's bullshit," and it's a huge adjustment. But I mean, this really happens, and there's so many accounts. It's very rare, but there are different accounts of it. But I'm not gonna let anybody like make me feel like I'm bullshitting, or make me feel less than, or make me feel like I'm having a psychotic break just because they went through it. Like that's not fair. Like I know, but it's just like I'm I just can't vibrate on that level because my mind has always been too strong. And I've been drinking tons of pineapple ginger carrot blends with sprinkled ground cinnamon, some bay leaf, cinnamon sticks. I like to cut open this fresh lemon or a fresh lime and squeeze this in there. And it's very good to the body, but I need to stop drinking them because they're so good. So we're going to do some organite crystal tapping, and I'm going to use my really big, this is called a labradorite stone. And labradorite's really good for protection, but it's also good. The dragons love this on Lemuria and on Pleiades, and the dragons love this in Atlantis, just everywhere. Like it's like they look like dragon eggs, just like my beautiful earth star chakra stone right here. It's like a shaman stone, so it's very connected to Mother Gaia. I love Mother Gaia because she just offers so much healing, despite of like what the reptilian agenda and like the New World Order and like all of these archonic, plasmic, EMF radiation pollutants do. I really like this jade stone here as well. So like jade is really good to, right now I'm talking from Dragon Mama energy, so this is an ocean jasper as well. So jade is really good for your heart chakra, but it's also good for spiritual integration. You also have diamond cluster star A crystals from the diamond helix cluster up in the higher star realms of light. So I am a light worker, I'm a star seed, I've had many spiritual ascensions. A lot of people who don't understand spiritual ascensions, they will try to say, "Oh, she's crazy, she's this," because we don't talk about what everyday mortals talk about, and we no longer can work a normal job, and we no longer keep the same friends, and our relationships fall apart because we're going through so much of these spiritual ascension symptoms, to where like I'm so spiritually evolved that I can't just go up to someone, a mortal, and just talk about the diamond cluster helix A or the crystalline DNA activations I just did, or the soul star chakra risings, or the Venusian codes from the cosmic lions in Lyra, or the Venusian Fae codes from Venus. I mean, people are gonna look at me like this is crazy. Like they're gonna be like, "Whoa, like we don't understand you." It's like because you're not on a spiritual path. Like you are not spiritually evolved. You are not a light worker. You're not a starseed. You're not a highly sensitive person. You're not a psychic channel. You're not an empath. Like I'm a sponge. I mean, I suck up like energies from like a mile away. Like when I used to work normal jobs, like I've worked at MedX Pharmacy. I was a pharmacy technician. I have my Bachelor of Science Psychology. I almost hold a master's title, but I dropped it to do holistic healing work after I had my Bella twins, my daughters, who I handed over willingly to their dads so they wouldn't have to go through the darkness here that is a battle every day because I live with reptilians, okay? It's really hard to live and to coexist with Draco Alpha reptilians, okay? So I am a starseed from the higher realms of light, and I am a walk-in soul. And so when I went out to Destination Parkway and Universal Boulevard and I lived in my car after I was attacked by these archonic reptilians who went through my family members to attack me, there was many crooked sheriffs, and they were trying to set me up, and they would send people to my car to target me, and they would send men from Walmart and men from, archonic Uncle Sam's franchises like McDonald's. There was a woman who owned the McDonald's out on John Young Parkway and Sand Lake Road, and it was a very archonic agenda because they were trying to get me arrested because at first I lived in my car and I had my Bella twins with me and I couldn't enforce their dad to take them because he had gotten remarried. I had my spiritual soul shock, my dark night of the soul. He was my twin flame. So I had lost my twin flame. Nobody knew what I was going through, and I was struggling really, really bad to hold everything together for my kids, but then I had to raise them in the alpha draconic reptilian environment to where we kept getting attacked, and it was just oh my god, and then I tried to take him to court. He showed up one time. The next time, after the judge told him to bring all this stuff, he stopped showing up. So it was child support wasn't issued to me. So it was just I struggled, and I lost everything. And then eventually, when I lived in that plaza, I had to have a sheriff personally dial his phone number and basically tell him okay, your daughters live in a car in the plaza, and sometimes we're afraid they're gonna wander around to shops, if their mom falls asleep, come and get them. So basically the sheriff, a good sheriff, got him to finally come and take responsibility and take them to him and his new wife's apartment, which is good because I didn't want them in that car. It was so hot. His mother tried to call DCF on me, and I passed the urine test because I don't do any type of substances. I've always had a stronger mind, and I've always been I've never been an addict. I've never had an addict personality to where I get addicted to stuff. I don't know, it's just a starseed thing. It's if you know, you know. But it's if you do struggle with that, you know what I'm saying? And this helps you. I'm not a replacement for a doctor. So keep, go to AA meetings, go to Al-Anon meetings or whatever, wherever you have to go to get help. But this is holistic healing, so I'm a medicine woman, I'm a shamaness. I know my plant herbal Mama Gaia remedies. I boil teas every day. I make my juices they make on Memoria, and I eat lots of leaves, seeds, and lots of vegetables, and I live by Mother Gaia. I live with the crystals, my beautiful crystal family. But yeah, a lot of stuff really did happen, and I tried my best to stay calm, and then I was trying to protect the children at one point, and then I got attacked by archonic influences really bad to the point where I got falsely hospitalized, and then they labeled me something that I wasn't. And then I just remember going into the plaza and then just living in my car and just leaving. And then all of a sudden I just remember going onto walks off of Destination Parkway. I got a job at Bubba Coo's out there. I got a job at Wendy's, and I was working, and then I got attacked by more archons. Some coaches and team leads in Walmart kind of started targeting me. There was a waiter from Denny's that targeted me. A lot of Jamaicans and Haitians targeted me. There was drug addicts that were following me and my daughters. They stole my daughter's leather bag that my friend David gave them. And then I was trying my best to just live my life and work and do my responsibilities, and then everyone wanted to make me out to be this person that I wasn't. So there was crooked cops in that plaza, and they went through a man he was from Ohio, and he was he had a business profile, but he also was a waiter at night and kind of the manager at night. and he ended up sexually assaulting me really bad. And so when my friend reported this to the police had to come and interview me, and then the undercover sexual abuse investigators laughed at me, and that stuff doesn't feel good, because you're just like, okay, like, it's not a joke, and it's like they were doing their jobs, but it's like they enjoyed it a little too much. Like, there was like the lead one was just, it wasn't right. And then there was a female officer named Yiza, and at first she was nice, or she acted like it, and then she was like, let me get you and your girls a hotel room, because we don't want you in the car. I'm like, it doesn't matter, because it's like the car is literally right here by his job, and he was a night waiter. So then there's drug addicts that were like running the streets at night. They did something to my electric car, and then in the rain one day, and then to where like the window wouldn't go up. So then like my boyfriend at the time had to pay for like this mechanic to come out there and start the car, like jump it. And then I had another friend get me a battery, and then that's when I started working like in food places, because like I've worked before. Like I've worked like before my spiritual ascension symptoms began. Like I worked all the time. Like I worked at Linens and Things. I worked at Medex Pharmacy. I worked at Napa Auto Parts. I worked at various places of like Del Dio Pizza and the Greek Taverna and Buca de Beppo and Victoria's Secret. And like after I started really spiritually awakening, it was really hard to keep a normal job. Like it's very hard to. And I get judged a lot, because like even like the family of the soul in this body, like of the body and the soul, because I'm a walk-in soul, they target me a lot, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's just like I'm trying my best from like my perspective. Like I no longer can work a 9 to 5 or a 3 to 11, and it's very difficult for me to integrate all of this. And like my purpose, I know my soul's purpose, and I know it's a healer, and I'm a highly sensitive person. If you haven't read that book yet, I invite you to read the book of The Highly Sensitive Person by Dr. Elaine Aron and her husband out in California. Also, I want to do some rose code light language channeling now, because I am a spirit channel, and I channel from the higher light realms. And today I actually am going to go and walk and pick some roses from a beautiful rose bush from my friend's garden that she said that I could pick. And I like to, the roses are very connected to my cosmic tiger guides and my cosmic lions up in Lyra and up in the higher star realms. So I'm going to take my huge fairy castle crystal angel aura quartz, my spirit quartz angel aura. I have several fairy castles from Lemuria and Atlantis. And I'm going to start channeling some Venusian light language codes from the Venusian Fae, the fairies on Venus, okay? I'm a starseed, and this is what it is. Oh, Sakanda, Sakaturo, Amba, Saui, Kaua, Satandas. Amba, Kuatu, Si Anka, Saua, Saumpaso. Umbasi ka unda sakunto socorro unto si unturo. Amba sakunti sa ankara unsuki anseo. So I also have a dragon star mother that wants to channel some dragon light language from the higher star realms. And these crystals, just like the element of water, they're conduits of spirit. So like if you're ever in a bath, I want you to sprinkle some pink Himalayan sea salt, and as well as some lavender, some rose oil, and sprinkle some bay leaves in there, and make it bath tea. Like do some like rosemary for healing. I like rosemary. I like eucalyptus, chamomile. I just like all that stuff. And then put some rose quartz in there. And they're telling me to use a beautiful fairy castle spirit quartz. So the woman who, incarnated in the soul before me, She was a very, like, ultra sensitive being, and everything hurt her. Like, she was so easily hurt to where, like, she couldn't take the mortal world anymore. And I've been trying to think of, like, what I'm gonna say to her kids when I see her kids again, because it's like I'm in their mom's body, but it's not her. You know what I mean? So it's like, what am I supposed to say? But I have, like, my dragon mothers and my star mothers and my Pleiadian guides and my Orion belt guides, like, guiding me. This is gonna be a channeled light language message from the dolphin star mothers on Pegasus and Lemuria. Ooh, sakanda sakuntu si andara ansuki. Eros, eros, eros. Umba sikanda sa unta sa uyasa. The Arcturian star mothers want to come through, and they want me to use my blue crystals, so labradorite, or my aqua auras, my aqua aura quartz. This is a really beautiful crystal that is used as a conduit and a channel for the light language guides to come through and allow me to safely relay their messages for you. So I'm a spirit channel and a walk-in soul and a shamaness, and I also work with Mother Gaia, Earth healing shamaness energies as well. Her I think her great-grandmother was a medicine woman and doula on their island, because she is she's not only a mixed realmed elemental, but she is mixed in this realm. Which, it's, you know, races are just labels, right? So, like, who cares? So let's channel some beautiful light language codes. Unda sa undara anpu ki unda sa kantara osu ki kate yakasaka unda sika. Amba sa kunta sa ianda sa ian umosoko to uro sa kambasa. Suki usuki unda su uso umba sa kanda sa. Asi anda sa andara ansuki ian eros unku sa ukasu. Umbasi unsuro unkasa unda kandasi kandasa. Okay, so that one was, those codes were talking about making a bath tea. So they want you to take time to do self-care today. So whether it's doing a bath tea, like boiling herbs, letting them cool, even, you don't have to boil them, you could put them in an organza bag, or you can just sprinkle the bigger herbs that don't clog the drain, like bay leaf or cinnamon stick, and drop it in your bath. You can burn some cinnamon to invite the sweetness back in. You could burn bay leaf to rid of archonic, negative, lower vibrational, darker shadow entities. I know it's a lot, but if you know, you know. You can make a star anise tea. I just made a really good herbal tea mix that consisted of turmeric, or turmeric, however you pronounce that word, rosemary, oregano, did I use sweet basil? Tarragon, and they're all anti-inflammatory. So, like, if you bloat or get inflamed, completely turn to the herbal realm of Mother Gaia. She will heal you, okay? And get some crystals, you know, like whatever crystal you're drawn to. Like, get a rose quartz, pick up an amethyst, get a selenite, get a black tourmaline, get a sodalite, you know, get a lapis lazuli, get a smoky quartz, get a fairy quartz, get a blue tanzanite, get a malachite. I mean, I'm so ascended. I've never studied crystals here, but this is the currency of my higher realms. I've never even picked up a crystal book. So this is how you know I'm a walk-in soul. I just know these crystals. Like, I just know them. They're my star family. That's our currency on Lemuria and in Pleiades. It's crystals. So it's beautiful, beautiful there, because instead of like, you know, mountains and like green, it's all crystalline energy. So it's like lots of blues, purples, rainbows. So like the mountains in Lemuria look like my crystals here. The mountains in Lemuria have iridescent rays of rainbows within them. So these crystals, so like this is what the mountains and the waters look like this, but the waters look blue, like my blue quartz here, this guy. And then the waters, I don't know if you could see like the rainbows in here. These are like the mountains. There's the mountains, and then there's dragons, and they have beautiful labradorite and like etched onto their throat chakras, and sometimes on their third eye chakras or on their crowns, depending on what type of dragon is, you know, if he's a protection dragon, he's going to fly around with labradorite or black tourmaline or smoky quartz, or black onyx on him. If she's a love dragon, she's gonna fly around with her rose quartz. If she's an ascension dragon, she's gonna fly around with, you know, iridescent rainbows, like from my angel aura spirit quartzes. And like the seals are so sweet there. Like the seals are like the babies. So, and there's mermaids and there's fairies, and it's like all of these things that the mortals are conditioned to believe are just false or like fantasy. They really exist in Atlantis, Lemuria, Pleiades, Orion. Like they exist up in the higher star realms. So this is what I mean about archonic agendas. Like reptilians will be like, oh, she's crazy, because they know that they just want to hide the truth. They want to hide the truth, and that's why they send you to your 9 to 5 every day, or your 3 to 11, or your whatever, and you're blinded. So this is why I've come and I've integrated the Galactic Federation of Light on Orion, as well as Pleiades, Arcturus, Andromeda, Sirius, and so on and so forth, Venus. All of the star leaders have integrated this soul, I'm a Blu-ray soul, into the woman that had this body before me. I'm what you call a walk-in soul, okay? So if you look at the pigments of my eyes, they're getting very bright, and I know it's because it's the soul, like my new soul in her body, but it's also my plant diet. So like I think it's amazing how my eyes, they were once almost black, now they're completely like medium brown. They're like getting very light, and I'm thinking that like soon they're gonna turn hazel, and not like on the bottom part, and they're very beautiful. So if you do like plant medicine or like healing herbs, and if you drink you know, Mama Gaia's beautiful creations and her growths in this life, whether you go and you pick like a pear or like an orange, and you know, you chop it up and you boil it and make your kitchen smell good, and you welcome your guests with cinnamon sticks and orange peels, and you know, like that's me, like that's my soul. So do something nice for yourself today, and take care of your body, your physical vessel, because it's your house to your soul. And just always send out with the best intentions from your heart chakra, just lots of light, because you never know what someone's battling within. You never know what someone's really going through, whether it's like a situation in their relationship, or like a situation in their mental health, or like something they're struggling with. They could be struggling with addiction. They could be struggling with losing, you know, one of their loved ones, crossing over to the veil, and like go and pick flowers today. Like do something that like you haven't done, or that you need to do for your soul. Not something that is told to you to do, that you need to do. Like, okay, yeah, you need to do certain things and responsibilities, I get it, but do something for your soul to make you smile from your heart inside when you lay at night and it gets really dark, and you're like, and you're at peace with yourself, and you've got to be content in your heart. You have to be happy. So we're going to do some heart chakra openings in my next video, because I just realized we're over an hour. I want to focus on some heart chakra openings, and I want to just pull with my dragon crystals. So my beautiful ocean jasper crystal, where did I put? And then my labradorite right here, or I can do amethyst. So I'm going to be pulling, this is a beautiful labradorite. I also have a labradorite heart. But you know what? I think I'm going to save it for my next video because now I have to look for my ocean jasper because I don't know where I put my dragon stone. My star mothers need this. This is what happens when I ramble. So I hope everyone had a good session, and I also wanted to show you this before we exit. Beautiful crystal here. So this is like what the mountains and even some of the waters look like in Lemuria and Atlantis and Orion. Orion and I don't know why I was gonna say Pegasus, but Pleiades. At night we like to swim with the mermaids there, as well as Lemuria and Mintaka and Orion. And yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm going to find my ocean jasper because I don't know where I put that one, and my dragon mothers need to work with that, and it's around here somewhere. But I'm gonna do a crystal video and show you tons of crystals that she had before me, and they were also handpicked for my soul as well. And she was an indigo ray, I'm a blue ray. So I hope everyone had a great session. I'm wishing lots of light to you guys. I'm wishing, I'm embodying so much gratitude that you're on this ascension path and journey, and that you're on it with me. And thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to put some information in the description box about where you can make a donation if you feel generous, and my Instagram is, and also my backup YouTube channel, just in case the Archons shut this one down. Okay. Lots of healing and light to you all today.